Good morning, Antonio. I'm Hope Whitaker, and I'm going to be your occupational therapist today. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. I'm definitely excited to get started, and I was curious how you're liking living at Parkway Center so far.
I'm really enjoying it. I have found that I'm starting to find more community, and there's a lot of things that I like that are close to it, and they've been really helpful with providing me with some great resources for sure.
Good. That's definitely why I love Parkway Center so much, because it really serves as the perfect place to aid in your recovery, help with your diagnosis, maybe get you diagnosed with some other things that you weren't aware of, and help you find a permanent place to live. So I'm really happy that you're enjoying it. And I do want to go ahead and jump in with our content today, if you're ready.
Yes, I'm ready.
Awesome. So looking over here, after talking with your mental health counselor about your case, I know that you had expressed interest in a couple of things, but one of the things that I wanted to focus at was going out to eat. So is that something you had expressed interest in?
Yes, I used to really enjoy eating out, but with my schizophrenia and unstable housing conditions, I just haven't been able to do that recently and just haven't really known how to approach that. So it'd be really helpful if I could learn ways to help me eat out and get back to it, since I did enjoy doing it. Transportation has been difficult. I used to drive, but I no longer drive, so finding restaurants that are easy for me to get to, or maybe you can help me find ways to get there.
Yeah.
That'd be really helpful.
Yeah, I'm happy to hear that. Community mobility is definitely very important and something that we can easily address, and I really want to help you get back to that in any way you can.
That'd be awesome.
Good. So for our upcoming session, I would like to work on making you familiar with bus routes, making you familiar with the restaurants that are local to the bus route and local to Parkway Center, making you feel more comfortable eating out, working on the social skills, the etiquette, like you talked about with your schizophrenic diagnosis.
Yes.
Sometimes you struggle with that, so I'd like to work on that as well. And just utilizing the bus. So eventually in our sessions, we'll actually be meeting at the restaurant. You can utilize the bus, we'll meet at the restaurant and order together.
Oh, I would love that.
Awesome. So I know that you had never considered taking the bus before, but I know that you're not comfortable walking places. And, I know that the mental health counselor and you have been sticking on a budget and wanting to budget better. So I know you don't want to utilize Uber or Lyft or anything like that.
Yes, I'm trying to stick to a budget, and I can be pretty disorganized. So it's really been helpful to work with my counselor on finding more ways to stay organized. And I would like to save money where I can, for sure.
Good. So before we begin, I kind of wanted to go over the history that I had read about you as well over here. So I know that you've had schizophrenia for over 25 years and that you were in the Navy, and when you got out of the Navy, you had turned to drugs kind of as a coping mechanism. And until 3 years ago, when you got clean, which is so exciting, and now that's why you're at the Parkway Center to work on yourself, get the help you need before finding a place of your own, and that your goal would be independently living alone in an apartment or condo. Is that still accurate?
Yes, that's my ultimate goal. I really enjoy the Parkway Center right now, but I definitely hope that they can help transition me into a more permanent setting, especially since I lived couch to couch for so long. I would really love to have a place of my own.
Yes, and I know that I see that you are on antipsychotic medication.
Yes, for my schizophrenia.
And that is kind of causes you to still feel anxious going out in public as well. So I feel so much better about your case now, knowing all of those things.
Yes.
And the first thing that I wanted to address was your car issue.
Okay.
But before I address that, I wanted to explain why community mobility is so important just in general. As OTs, we kind of are looking in that OT lens, and our AOTA describes it as interventions that build awareness and the initiation of transportation planning by focusing on resources and support services, along with strategies to access safe transportation options as a passenger. So to help with that, I want to show you these maps I have printed out. So with these maps, the first map that you can see here, everything is highlighted and the X is Parkway Center.
Okay.
And for an example, I chose a a restaurant called Brooklyn Express for us to go to. We could go anywhere, but that's kind of what was local and easy on the bus. So you can see here the red X is at Parkway Center.
Okay.
And these are the different routes you can take on the bus. What do you think of that?
Okay, that seems pretty clear. How will I know which route or which bus to get on? Is the stop right outside of the Parkway Center?
Yes, so the
Okay.
stop is right outside of Parkway Center.
Okay.
You'll see it when you get out. It's like that bench, and it kind of has a little awning around it.
Okay, I think I've passed that before.
Yes, and then with the times, I have printed out this map
Oh, that's helpful.
that has the whole access loop bus service. And with this, you'll be able to see what time the loop begins, what time it ends, and then where it's picking up. So like you could see here on Tuesday, it would pick up at 9:35, and then it'll be back in the loop at 11:20, and so on. So with this map, you're able to see when it's picking up and where. And this is kind of something, they have like brochure pamphlets of these as well that you could print out and keep with you, so that you're able to see what time it's picking up and where, and that's how you can kind of plan your day based on this bus schedule.
Okay, so I plan my day, whereas when I used to have a car, I could kind of leave whenever I wanted to eat. But with this, I will actually I'll have a little bit more schedule to my day.
Yes,
Which could
for
actually be
sure.
helpful. My counselor's been talking to me about having a more routine schedule. So this would really fit into that.
For sure. And this is something that you can kind of use on your phone as well. If you want to get out your phone, I can show you.
I can pull my phone out.
That if you were to hit the address of the Brooklyn Express, which is 1315 Hobble Street.
Okay, so I pulled up my maps.
Yeah, so
Now,
pull up your
what
map.
was the address you
hit
said?
1315,
Okay.
and then Hopple,
Hopple.
Hoople,
Okay.
and then Street, and you click it.
Okay.
You can then click directions. So as you can see, it automatically does the car. But when you hit drive, you can actually hit walk.
Okay.
That way, when you're out and about, you can look and see where the bus is, and you can walk based on where the bus is. If that's like something, if you were out to eat and then you had maybe missed the bus that's local to the out to eat, you can see the next time where it's picking up, and you could try to walk to the next place it's picking up. Because I know you don't want to walk primarily, but that's something
But
you
I'll
could
need
do
to
there.
walk to each. Okay, that's really helpful.
Yes, and I also have this map.
Okay.
This is kind of like the transit map that's kind of a visual representation of the time. So this is, again, you can see where it's picking up and when, and things of that nature. So do you think you'll be able to utilize these maps?
Yes. Is there a way that I could also have these on my phone? Like, could I download them in case I accidentally lose them or something?
Yes, for sure. So
Okay.
on the map, I have put this little link at the bottom.
Okay.
And if you type this link into your phone, you're able to pull the map up on your phone.
Okay.
And you could zoom in on it, you could screenshot it, and maybe make like a little photo album that says like bus maps.
Oh,
That
that's
way they're
helpful.
all kind of like in your phone.
Okay. I usually always have my phone on me, so I just wanted to make sure if I forget these maps at home, but this will be really helpful for me to have too.
For sure.
I like to see things visually.
Yes, if you forget these maps at home, you can definitely look them up on your phone and have
Okay.
easy access to
Okay.
them. So I'll hand these over to you.
Okay, thank you. I'll put these in my bag.
Of course. And so the next thing I wanted to talk with you about is, so of course, now that we've kind of conquered how we're getting to the place that you're eating out, now I wanted to work on some coping strategies that you could use when you're there,
Okay.
because I know that you said that you had some anxiety.
Yes, I get a little anxious when eating out because it's been so long since I've done it, and with my schizophrenia, I just feel very like disorganized, and I just become more anxious, and I'm not sure how to act around people, and it's really just inhibited being able to be with my friends or go out to eat even by myself. It's been really hard.
And see, I hate that. So that's definitely something I want to work with. So I printed off this little mini types of coping skills that you can put in your wallet. That way you always have it. And I've also printed off a thing that we're going to go over together. But you can take this.
Okay.
But we're going to go
I'll put
over
that in
this
my wallet.
together. And excuse me. We're going to go over this together, and this is something that you can also take a picture of and have on your phone like as a screenshot. So The first type of coping skill is self-soothing, which is when you're comforting yourself through your 5 senses. So I don't know if you've ever heard people say, like, when you're anxious, like, think of something you can see, something you can smell, something you can touch, and something you can taste.
I think I've heard of that before, but I've never actually practiced it.
Yes, so this is a really kind of easy one too. So like if I were to do it right now, something I can see is my water bottle, something I can feel is like my jacket. I can't taste anything right now, but I could taste my water if I tried. And so you can kind of go through the 5 senses and use that as a way to calm yourself down.
Okay.
Is that something you think you could use?
Yes, I think I could use that. I think after some practice, I'll be able to remember that too.
Yeah.
All the senses.
I agree. The second one is distraction,
Okay.
which is just taking your mind off your problems. So, like you said, you always have your phone on you. You could download games on your phone
Oh, that would be fun.
to kind of take your mind off things. You can have like Candy Crush, puzzle games, matching games, and that will kind of take your mind off maybe what is giving you anxiety. So, if you're sitting in the restaurant and you're feeling anxious, you can maybe go on your phone and kind of play one of those games to calm yourself down.
Okay, that's helpful.
Awesome. The other thing that is another example is opposite action,
Okay.
which is doing the opposite of what your impulse is saying to do. So if you're having negative thoughts and it's kind of being debilitating, you can think of affirmations or inspiration to tell yourself, or you can think yourself of something funny, or think of a time where someone has supported you. So kind of having the opposing action of like negative thoughts and negative feelings, you think of positive things.
That's helpful.
Yes. And the fourth one is emotional awareness, which is just tools for identifying and expressing how you're feeling. So journaling, drawing, listing them out. That could be really helpful too. Like you said, you have your phone. When you're feeling anxious, you can pull up your notes app and write what's making you feel anxious.
I like the idea of making lists. I really enjoy making lists, so that would be helpful.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. One of the last ones is mindfulness, which is something that I really appreciate and advocate for, which is the tools for centering and grounding yourself in the present moment. So meditation, yoga mat, breathing exercises, kind of like breathing in through your mouth and then breathing out through your nose. That's something you can do that will make yourself feel better. And lastly is so important, just having that crisis plan of someone that you can call and talk to when you're feeling anxious, like me, any family, your counselor, some of your roommates, people like that who are in your life that are going to make you feel better and make you feel more grounded. And of course, calling 911 if anything was to really go awry. So these are some coping skills. Do you think you'll be able to use any of these?
Yes, I think I can pick out. I think the self-soothing would be helpful because I remember what the senses are. I really like the idea of distractions, especially playing games on my phone. I could even do that in any situation, even when I'm eating out. And then I think listing out my different emotions.
Yes, I agree.
I think those 3 could be really helpful for me, but I like all of them. I'm willing to try anything to kind of help with my anxiety that I get when I'm out.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. And I think listing them out sometimes too lets you see maybe how invalid they are and what you're thinking is kind of skewed. So that's good, and I'll hand that over to you.
Okay, thank you.
So now that we've kind of talked about the coping skills with your phone, I wanted to do another thing with your phone.
Okay.
So I know that you had expressed some things about your budget, wanting to stay on budget. And a lot of times when you go somewhere, you may not know the price range of where you're going.
Right.
So you can get on your phone.
Okay.
And you can look up on Safari.
Okay.
The place that we're going, Brooklyn Express.
Okay.
And you can see and click menu, and that'll have the list of menu items for where we're going. And that's kind of how you can gauge the price of things.
Okay. Okay, so here it looks like is that right? It'll take me there.
Yes, once it loads.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
And so there you can see that the chicken hibachi that you were talking about getting
Yes, I love hibachi.
is around your price range.
Okay.
And so, you can feel comfortable going there because you know that it's under $10, which is what you're willing to spend on lunch.
So I can kind of
So,
plan in advance.
Yes, you can plan in advance and look up anywhere on here on Safari. You can find their menu and you're able to locate their prices. And so that way you can say to yourself, okay, you know, maybe I do want to splurge on a bigger lunch. And so some other things will have to subtract this week, or you can stay in that budget.
Okay.
Or you can even not go there if it's not fitting in your budget at all.
So can I do this for any restaurant? Look up, okay.
Yes, you can definitely do
That's
this for any
helpful.
restaurant. Just go on Safari, you type in the restaurant name, go on their little website, and then just hit their menu, and they'll
Okay.
have all their prices listed for you.
That's helpful to plan ahead.
Good. Another one that I wanted to do that has to do with budgeting, but not your phone, is these envelopes that I have sitting here. So on these envelopes, I want you to write some of the things that are your expenses. So for example, you could write on this one, eating out.
Okay.
And then I'll kind of explain further. So with this one, eating out, I know that you get your Navy pension in cash.
Yes, that's my
And
preferred
so
method.
this is something that would be easy to utilize because you have here eating out. So you would take your cash and just put however much money is in your budget for eating out that week or that. I know you get paid every 2 weeks, so that 2 weeks. You'll put the cash in this envelope, keep it in here so it's nice and secure, and then whenever you do want to eat out, you can just take this envelope and you can have that cash that you're willing to spend. So another example that you could use would be savings.
Okay.
I know that you're saving up to buy an apartment or condo and, you know, pay rent there. So that's some of your money could go in the savings.
Okay.
Another example would be for your bus pass.
Okay.
You know, I had found, so since the Parkway has a relationship with the Cincinnati public bus system, you get kind of like a cheaper bus pass. So you can have your bus pass that you have to pay each month.
Okay.
You can have the money to pay that in here. So you
Okay.
have bus pass on there.
And I can look up some of those costs beforehand so I know how much to put in.
For sure.
Okay.
And that way, this is much easier to kind of divide your money. So since you do get it in cash, it would be easy to spend all at once or not have anywhere secure to put it. So with these envelopes kind of are shut, it's very secure and you know where everything's going.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know where my money goes when I spend it each month.
Yes, exactly. I understand that. And then the last one, you could put entertainment.
Okay. What would fit in this category?
You could do, you know, going shopping for new clothes, seeing a movie, going to, you know, any of the attractions around Cincinnati, that any of that could fall under entertainment. And you can have kind of a set, you can work with your mental health counselor and have a set amount for each of these envelopes.
Okay.
And I have some extra here in case you think of any other things.
Okay, that's helpful.
But I think that'll be really helpful with you sticking to your budget and having those things to work on. So when that you do want to go eat out, it's not an anxiety of like, I don't know how much I have allotted for eating out, because you'll have all of it in that envelope.
That's really helpful.
Good. Kind of to close out, I did want to go over everything again with you just so that you feel comfortable over our next couple sessions of what we're going to work on. So of course we're going to keep working on your budgeting, kind of sorting the envelope, sorting your cash, figuring out what's important to you, maybe looking around Cincinnati and seeing how much the rent is for an apartment or how much the rent is for a condo. So you can see how much that you need to save to do those things, because I definitely want you to achieve your goal of doing that. I also want to go to a restaurant with you where you get on the bus, you know, independently, find your way to the restaurant that, of course, you can choose, and I'll meet you there and we can go over ordering and utilizing some of the coping skills there and eating out together and sharing a meal so that you kind of ease those anxieties that you have about eating out in public.
That'd be helpful.
And getting there as well.
I'm definitely a little nervous about that, but it'll get better.
It'll definitely get better, especially with the coping skills. And I think having me there for your first time will make you feel a lot better.
I'd appreciate that.
So that you can go out to eat with your friends and family. And then also that community mobility aspect of using the bus independently, utilizing the maps that I've given you, utilizing, you know, the times. You can use your phone and look up those things as well. And having those screenshots will be super helpful for you.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Of course. And so I know that we'll be seeing each other once a week. I but I want to start out as twice a week for our first couple
Okay.
sessions as
Okay.
we kind of get things established. So I will see you again on Friday.
Okay, sounds great. Can't wait. Thank you.
Of course.
Hi, Antonio. How are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing okay. I'm a little nervous.
Okay, well, as you remember, I'm Addie. I'm your OT, and over the past few weeks, we've been working on your community mobility, some social skills, some budgeting, preparing to eat out at a restaurant. So I'm so excited that all these sessions have led up to this. So how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good,
Okay.
especially about the community mobility.
Okay, great.
I did take the bus here,
Mhm.
and I felt like it was relatively simple to maneuver around, like
Okay.
what time the bus was coming and where I should be. So
Mhm.
I feel good about that. I still feel anxious about going to the restaurant
Okay.
and ordering and like comparing everything with my budget. I still feel a little bit nervous.
Okay, we can work through that. So can you show me on this map what route you took from the bus stop?
Yes. So
Okay.
I got from the Parkway Center.
Okay.
I got on there,
Okay.
and then at about 11:30 I got on the bus.
Okay, that's great. That's one of the times we mentioned.
So then I think it's like Route B.
Okay.
Went around, and it has stopped at a couple other restaurants,
Mhm.
but I know we agreed to meet here.
Good.
So
Good. That's a great route.
I waited on the bus
Mhm.
there, and I got dropped off here about half an hour later.
Okay. And that's so great because the bus stop is right there and the restaurant
Mhm.
is right behind us. I thought it would just be great to kind of get an overall feel of how you're feeling so far.
Mhm.
And then in the past couple weeks, we talked a little bit about coping strategies. So do you remember any of the coping strategies or the tips that were talked about?
Yes, I remember self-soothing.
Okay.
Like finding the things that are related to my five senses and
Okay.
picking them out and using that to
Okay.
calm down.
So since you're feeling a little anxious going into the restaurant, I thought we could go ahead and do the five senses and kind of ground ourselves and just feel a little bit better preparing for that new
Awesome.
social interaction aspect of doing something that you used to love, but now with your schizophrenia and just other living situations, it'll be helpful if we go through that.
I think
Okay,
that
so
sounds
can
great.
you show me how you run through it?
Yes, so something I can see right now
Yeah,
is
what's
the
something
bus
you can
stop
see?
over
Okay.
there.
That's great.
And I can also see like a couple of cars around it, and I see some more people waiting there.
Okay, that's awesome.
Something I can feel is the table at
Yes.
the bus stop that we're sitting at right
Okay.
now. Something I can smell is the gas from
Mhm.
the bus just leaving.
Yes, that is
And
a
then
good smell.
I can't taste anything yet, but
Right, but we
I
will
just
have
had
some
some
good
water.
food.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
some
good
water.
food, so I can taste that.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so then we're also I want you to take out your phone and list a few things that you're feeling nervous about going into the restaurant. So if you could do
Sure.
that for me.
So I really liked last time we talked about like using my notes app,
Yes.
because I love like writing things down, but you know, just before I
Yes.
had never thought about it. So I'm definitely nervous.
Let's address some of the things before we go in.
I'm nervous about just walking in and feeling
Okay.
like everyone's staring at me.
Okay.
Walking in and feeling stared at for sure.
Okay.
I'm not nervous about picking out what I want, because I did look up the menu before,
Great.
like we talked about.
Yes, we talked about that in one of our previous
And
sessions.
Price comparing. So I know
Mhm.
what I want, but I'm nervous about looking at them
Mhm.
and ordering.
Okay. We can work on eye contact and just
Mhm.
being in the community. I think it's really helpful to go out to a restaurant with a friend. So you're going
Mhm.
with me this time, but in the future now you can apply any of these strategies to going out with friends if you see them in public, and just know that these people are a part of your community.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that's something I'll be able to do after this.
Okay, great.
And lastly, I think I'm nervous about giving them money,
Okay. Okay.
giving them cash.
Mhm.
But I did bring my envelope.
Okay, so in the past we talked about your different budgeting envelopes and how each envelope contains a different allotment that you and your counselor have decided on, and then there's a little extra since you will also be ordering from me today. You're going
Okay.
to take on the ordering, and I know you will do great.
Mhm.
Does that sound good?
Thank you. Yeah, I'll try my best.
Okay, so you have your envelope with you.
Mm-hmm.
You
envelope
also,
here.
we talked about you brought your water with you to save some money, so that's a way. So I already know, since we looked up your meal previously, it'll be $8.95 for the chicken hibachi. Does that sound good?
Yes.
Okay, so you feel ready for that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else we need to cover? Or are you feeling good?
I don't think so. I think I'm feeling good so far. I'm happy that you're here with me.
Okay.
It makes me less anxious.
It helps having a friend.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, let's go ahead in.
Okay.
Okay, so grab everything you need. I'm going to carry your map for you.
Yeah, you can carry the
Okay.
map. But
I'll
I'll
carry
carry
the map
this.
for
And then I
you.
have my coping skill stuff in my wallet.
Okay, that's awesome.
And I've got my water.
Okay, so we're walking from the bus stop to the restaurant.
Beautiful day out.
It is a beautiful day out. I'm thankful we have good weather.
Are you getting chicken hibachi too?
Yes. So just get 2 of whatever you're ordering. The chicken
Do
hibachi.
you like vegetables?
Yes, I love it.
I don't like that on it, but I think
Yeah.
it tastes good.
Do you get the fried rice?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Sounds like you're ready. You know exactly what you want, and now we can get ready to go into a restaurant.
Almost there.
Okay.
I'm feeling nervous.
Okay, so remember we're grounding. Remember all your senses. Remember the list that we made. There's really nothing to worry about. And now we can go in.
Okay.
And any concerns you do have, we've already addressed.
Very true.
All right.
I'm going in.
Okay, thank you. And I'll be right here beside you, but I know you can order.
Thank you. Try my best. So while I'm recording, I'll go ahead and get out.
Oh, you're ready? Okay. Okay. You got it. You see the menu? All right, thank you. Okay, so there's the same menu we looked at earlier.
Can I get 2 chicken hibachi with fried rice? That's all.
For your today.
For here.
You get anything to drink?
Yep. Nothing.
And then you can just sit anywhere. We just ask if you want to.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, where would you like to sit? Should we go over here?
Yeah, let's
Does this look good? Okay. Okay. Good job. Okay. Do you remember what she said about the number?
I think she said to put the number on. Perfect. And maybe put it up there.
Yes, that's great.
I got my own water, so I didn't have that.
Okay.
And I ended up having enough in my budget for the both of us. I gave her $20, but it was only
Okay. So now, in the rest of your week, you can use this change that we talked about. Okay. So that's the beauty of the envelope system.
Yes, I put the rest of the change in here in my envelope to use, and I feel good about that.
Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so next we talked a little bit about how when we're waiting, kind of feeling a little anxious. So I want you to take out your phone again, and we're gonna play. Okay, does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. What's one of your favorite games to play?
I have a lot of games I like to play.
Okay.
I really like Candy Crush. I really like some of the like getting ready games, but I think I want to play Tic Tac Toe.
Okay, that's great.
So Tuba's playing.
This is a fun game that you can play with friends in any setting. So you can do this in a restaurant. You can even do this at a park.
Yeah.
It's also a great way just while you're waiting for your food.
I'm doing my wallet.
You can put your wallet over there.
Okay.
Okay, this is the video player. This is the soul.
I'm gonna hit X.
Okay.
There.
So you can even, we can even lay it on the table if you want.
Oh, that's smart.
Okay, so your X's, so I'll be O. Okay.
I think I'll go here.
Okay. So I'll block you there.
Oh. I'll block you there.
Okay.
Tough.
This is a hard one, isn't it?
I know it is. I'll go here.
Oh, good job. Do you want to play again?
Yeah, let's play.
Okay, let's play again.
I think I'm gonna be different, go to the middle.
Okay. I'll go here. Here. I won that
You
round.
got that one.
Okay, let's do a tiebreaker.
Yeah. Best 2 out of 3.
Okay. I'll go in the middle this time.
Go with music. Walk you there.
Okay. Try there. Good job. That's awesome. So what are some other, can you think of any other situations that you could do this? And there's a lot of other fun games. It's awesome. They have Life on there. They have board games. You could do Angry Birds. There's a lot of different games you could use kind of to create more social settings.
I agree. I like using these games on the bus. On the bus, I had played some games just because there was a lot of people at the bus stop and I was kind of getting anxious about the amount of people there.
So we talked about that too. We talked about kind of some distraction strategies and you being able to do that.
Yeah, that was definitely a distraction for me because I was just thinking about all the people that were there at the bus stop. And so I had played the games today when I was waiting for the bus because I was anxious about like the amount of people that were there and maybe that they were all staring at me and thinking that it was my first time riding a bus.
So did it help you to play the game and kind of remove your mind from that and kind of speaking that opposite reaction to yourself?
Yeah, it definitely helped to kind of distract me a little bit and also to get my mind off of it and kind of also come to like the reality that I don't think anyone was staring at me and that they're just all riding the bus.
It's important to realize that.
Everyone is also riding the bus. Like I can't be embarrassed for riding the bus because if I see them, they're also riding the bus. So I really can't be embarrassed by that.
That's good.
But I like playing the game then. I like playing it right now, like when we're waiting to eat, because I'm just thinking like, when is it coming out and stuff. And then I also have just like playing it like as like a thing to relax. Lately, like after dinner at Parkway, I'll just play games on my phone instead of watching TV. I feel like maybe I'm like exercising my brain.
That's awesome. So I know we talked about how your overarching goal is community and mobility. Within that goal, we have eating out. So what are some other goals that you have set for yourself? So now that we've accomplished the eating out sessions, although this is something we can continue to practice and work on, and after this session we'll kind of reevaluate how you felt, if there's other interventions and coping strategies we can put into place. But what are some other areas that you would like for us to work on?
Yeah, so like I said in our first session, my like ultimate goal would be moving out and having my own place.
Okay. We can work on that.
So yeah, that's something I've been working on with my counselor, of like saving my money, and that's something I've been working on with my counselor, just places where I'll feel safe and you know, still like connected to the community, because like I really have made a lot of friends at Parkway, so I do want to stay like kind of close to there if I can. So looking into that, and then also just looking at places that hopefully will accept a pet, because I've been hoping to get a cat or dog, kind of to feel like have that companionship, just because like I am an older guy. Like yes, I have friends, but a lot of my friends from the Navy I don't really talk to anymore, and I don't really know how to reach out to them. So.
And the Parkway Center is a great transition center, so they will help you find that more established housing and help you find exactly what you need. Maybe on the first floor we're thinking to help with your mobility.
I agree. I don't really want to be going up and down the stairs, and I don't really like being in elevators for too long. It kind of scares me to like be in an elevator. I feel like kind of enclosed and like just there's too many people in there.
And if you have a pet, the first floor will really help in being able to take them outside if needed, or if it's a cat, you'll stay mostly indoors. Yeah. But I think that would be really great for you to find a first floor home close to the area where you are right now. And again, you can use that bus system, those routes that we talked about, at any place. They have those available both on your phone. I can even get some more printed out for you if that helps, to like have them highlighted.
Yeah, that would be
and
nice.
then you can adjust your budget as well too.
I think that would be nice. I don't know if you guys work on like pets or anything, but I've always wanted a pet. But you know, like when I turned 18, I went straight to the Navy, so I had never had a pet or anything. And like obviously, with my addiction, I never had a pet.
Right.
So I want to have a dog, but I'd really like to get a puppy. But I also just don't really know how to take care of them. Or what that would do.
Right. Well, we can address finding supports for you. If you did get a puppy, sending them to a training school would be really helpful. So that way, that's already established, and that kind of eases some of the burden on you. And then we can also help you create. I know you've talked about working on routines. So we can help you have a routine, like a feeding routine. When you feed them during the day, when you take them out, we can even come up with a route for walking them in public in the park. That would be great. And if any of your other friends have dogs, you can also walk your dogs with them. That would be a really fun opportunity.
that would be
Do any of your friends have dogs?
A couple other of my friends at Parkway do have dogs.
Okay.
They're not puppies.
Okay.
They're kind of a little bit older, but
Okay.
they do have dogs, and I know that they take them all to a dog park.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you know if it's close to your house?
I think it is close to
Okay.
walk.
Okay, that would be awesome. So we can find a route. We can have it in walking distance. I know you don't always like to walk the bus, but if it's a short 5-minute walk, I think we could manage that for sure.
I think so too. And then I didn't know if you guys worked on like how to reach out, just because I really have been liking using my phone and how
Okay.
we've worked on using my phone.
Yes, we talked a lot about some cool apps, using the notes, using your maps.
Yeah, and I really like that, and I feel like I've been able to implement that, pretty simply. But with my friends that all live in the Navy, none of them live in Cincinnati.
Okay.
And I don't really know how to reach out to them or like find them or find their phone number, or if I could maybe video call them. I just don't know like how to use the phone that well, and I don't want to look them up and have to be like the wrong person.
That's something we can definitely work on. We can work on technology training, and we can even create contacts in your phone, and we can even either get you your own computer, or we can go to the library and use a computer for that. We can easily find them and add them to your contacts, and then find ways for you to email them, and even FaceTime. I think email would be really helpful too, so that way you all can have weekly check-ins, and maybe once a month you could even meet them all for lunch if you all can find a central area. Do you all have reunions or anything?
I think that would be nice. We have had reunions
Okay.
before. I've never gone
Okay.
because I've just always been, kind of like down in my addiction or down about my diagnosis. Like I didn't want to be in public with anyone.
Okay, so maybe we'll work on a bigger track, and maybe even find transportation for you to be able to go to those meetings and have it established, because you tend to feel less nervous when it's already laid out. Is that true?
I agree. Yeah, I definitely don't feel nervous when I know everything. I think it's kind of like the fear of the unknown that freaks me out. And like even today with the bus, like I felt nervous, but I also was able to calm myself down because I knew everything about the bus, like where it was picking me up, what time it's getting there. I could play games on my phone, I could write in my notes, so I didn't feel as nervous. So I agree, it's definitely the fear of the unknown that makes me nervous. So if we were able to find like, 'cause some of them live like in Indiana, I've heard some of them live like in this area, so maybe there's like a north, like eastern, like reunion that they would have or
We can
something.
even find a get together where they meet weekly, even anyone from any unit. That would be really great.
That'd be perfect.
Hello, ladies. I have goods and then a latte.
Awesome. Thank you so
You're
much.
very welcome.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Would you like some children's stuff?
Yes, please.
All over?
Mhm.
You tell me when to stop.
That's good.
You want to give me a sauce? Thank you.
Yes, it's good, right?
It's very good. Thank you. Okay, that's good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Thank you. Okay. So how did to get forks? We did. Okay, so now do we need to go find the forks? Okay.
I'm getting nervous about finding a fork, but I think it'll be
Okay.
fine.
So I can help direct you. So do you see just right over there is where we're gonna walk, okay?
Okay.
Okay, are you ready? Should we go now?
I'm embarrassed.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna walk right over here.
I see now. So we'll get me a fork and you a fork. And then get some napkins.
Yes.
Get a couple napkins. Just in case.
That's great. Okay, now we're gonna walk back to our seats. Okay. So we're walking back to our seat. Antonio, how was getting the forks and napkins?
I think it went okay because you had kind of pointed out before where they were.
Yes. It's helpful to when you walk in, kind of assessing where everything is that you might need.
Yeah, I definitely think like if I were to come next time with a friend, I might be embarrassed though to say that I needed a fork or like find where they are. So I'm happy I'm here with you the first time so that you're able to say where they were and come with me.
And then it's also okay if it's a close friend or any friend really to ask for help if you need them. And they'll walk with you or they'll help you find where it is. And even the server, she was super nice. So she would be able to help you as well. That's a great tool.
That's true. She was super nice. And it kind of, I guess, is her job to point me out things to the restaurant. So I wasn't too nervous about that, but I kind of was because it was kind of spur of the moment.
Right. Okay, so now, Antonio, we're going to enjoy our meal. So thank you so much for just all that you did today. I think you did a really great job. Thank you for following all the steps. And now we can meet in future sessions and talk about our next goals.
Okay, that sounds really good. I'm excited. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Okay. Do you want any of this eating? Yeah, you're gonna. I'm so sorry. You're gonna have to piece these. You're fine. That's so awkward. I literally put it to my chest. All right, we'll do a couple.
Yeah, we'll do it.
Wow, I'm so excited.
It looks amazing.
How was your food?
It tastes amazing.
Very good. Very good.
It's a great. I love that sauce they put on it.
It's very good, isn't it?
I like that we're kind of secluded over here too.
We have a very nice seating area.
I think I prefer restaurants where you're able to pick your own seat because when they sit you down around other people, sometimes I don't like when people are talking super loud or if the music is really loud, and where I don't like being close to the exit door. So I like here because we're able to pick our own seat and sit here kind of in the back.
So before we talked about how you can look up restaurants ahead of time, at least the menu, and then we can even list the restaurants that you have been to, and you can kind of rank them based on you like places that you do get to pick your own seat or have your own seating, or if they have like separate rooms, we can kind of rank them and you can find your favorite restaurants to go to.
That's a good idea.
And then when you do want to go out with friends, it might help if you go to a restaurant that you've already been to kind of ease some nerves. Does that sound like a good idea?
I think it does.
Okay.
I agree. I think I'd be less nervous going out with friends if I had been there already, maybe with you or with any of my other counselors.
I think that's very helpful.
I agree.